D&D Davison, liveweatherblogs.com. We're on Tuesday afternoon. Going to go through a tropical system update here. I believe we should go through a little bit more what the impacts will be on the southeast coastline and the mid-Atlantic over the next few days with this tropical system that will likely be Nicole. It may become subtropical by the time it gets up here, but either way, we're going to be seeing a lot of heavy rain and probably winds, at least 35 to 40, if not a little bit higher with gusts in most areas, and we'll go over that momentarily. We just want to take a look first where it's located. It's located here in Yucatan, east of the Yucatan, excuse me. And this is going to move generally to the northeast. We're going to go through the computer models in this, because earlier we're taking care of the with the tornadic possibilities and all that in the Delaware Valley, and that's still a threat. We might go into another blog and update the other blog to see that for updates. But I just want to go into the tropical problems now, because this is actually on our doorstep. It's not the most, if you're in Philadelphia, it's not the most urgent thing right now, but it will definitely become more on the urgency as we get into the next 2 days. So we're going to take a look now at the system. Here's where the location of it is. We're going to see it become a tropical storm here, and then move up here, probably a landfall here in or around the area of Fort Lauderdale, it looks to be. And this can go a little west or east on the track. You got to realize that with these systems, they can wobble and they can move. I want to actually bring up, Google Earth. I want to, draw here, show you where, believing where we're going to see the tropical system go. We're going to see it move across here near Havana. We're then going to see this probably tropical storm move up the coast here near Miami, and continuously move up the coast here between the Bahamas and Florida. All these areas I would expect to be in the risk with some high winds and whatnot coming up here. And then we're going to move it further north, and I'm expecting another landfall somewhere here in the North Carolina, South Carolina area. What that'll do will aggravate all the heavy rain, the 10 inches of rain that occurred here. Holden Beach is about here. We had a lot of rain in the Wilmington, North Carolina area. Most models then also bring it up into North Carolina and Virginia. I think we're going to have some issues with rain and wind in most of Virginia, and then also bring it up the coast through New Jersey, through New York, and then kick it out to sea. But this is what we're seeing with the computer models of late. Start with the CMC model. Here it goes. It develops into a tropical storm, makes landfall around South Carolina, North Carolina. CMC brings it in about to the Roanoke area, causing high winds and rain, and then up through New Jersey, and then off the shoreline. You can also see there's a possibility of another system developing later in the week that would move up the coast. So stuff we definitely got to keep an eye on. Another possible system also here. These systems may start firing off quicker. Here's the GFDL model. Here it goes. It develops tropical storm. Here it comes towards Florida, like I was showing you in the Google Earth animation. Comes somewhat subtropical, makes the landfall again, like I said, somewhere around the area of North Carolina, South Carolina border. They don't need any more rain. And you can see here, Roanoke's back here. So Roanoke's in a predicament that they may get some high winds and rain coming up here with the system. And then it moves it up into New Jersey. Let's back it up one more. There's New Jersey, Delaware, and then up into Maine and off the shoreline. And it also is picking up on a possible trying to develop something here east of Florida. So a couple models are showing that we're going to start firing off possibly some systems out of the Caribbean. GFS model brings it up through Florida, up the Carolina coast, brings exactly where these models are all agreeing. The South Carolina, North Carolina border looks like it's going to be a landfall location. Then up into Virginia, much again, near Roanoke Valley, up through the northeast, out to sea and then brings another possible system developing, and then off the coastline as a high build, and then there's possibly another system trying to develop in the Caribbean. H Wharf, much like the other thing, brings it up and off the coast. Watch it again. It comes up through Cuba, then near North Carolina, South Carolina border, near Roanoke. All these are gonna will have adverse effects here in the Roanoke Valley, which means one thing. I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna definitely be on it. Give some information as it occurs. Probably give you some live blogs. What's going on here when it comes by this area on Thursday, and also the H Wharf model. Not as much picking up on the possibility of a system developing in Florida, but it's starting to try to get a low pressure system there. So something we definitely got to watch there too. So a lot of these models are picking up on that. Well, we're gonna have to deal with Nicole first, and definitely gonna be dealing with it here in the Virginia area, and also up in the Northeast. And we're gonna go over to Storm Prediction Center right now. 3-day outlook, which will bring us into Thursday. Here we go. And what they're calling for here in the Storm Prediction Center is isolated tornadoes and damaging winds. I wouldn't be surprised to bring this back a little further in Virginia, especially with the current model data that they're bringing in. But like I said, we're going to be on the outlook here for these systems, and what I'm expecting, I wouldn't be surprised they might put up some tropical storm warnings up here, or at least some gale warnings and storm warnings as we go along further along in the day. More information as to follow. Dean D. Davison, liveweatherblogs.com. Thanks for watching.